things are changing. Let's just be real. New appointments are being made and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, I think that you know there's a lot of the politics that are involved in these regulations that we're worrying about, and that because of the way the elections went, again, good or bad to you, don't care. Just it is what it is. Um, but this one kind of makes me feel good. The next one on the list, the California ACF, the what's it called? Wait, Advanced Clean Fleets Rule,
Yep.
right?
So
That's a great
this one's actually interesting, Charlie,
right.
because I think like most people, until I looked into it because of this article, I just figured California does what it wanted to, no matter what.
Right.
Apparently, that particular CARB regulation, California Air Resources Board is what that stands for, was not legal. They asked for a waiver from the EPA and FMCSA to make that a thing. Well, it turns out that that was above their pay grade, so to
Right.
speak. And again, with the new administration coming in, they just gave up. Said, "Okay, well, fine. We're not going to even ask for our waiver anymore because we hate Trump and Trump hates us. So he's just not going to do it because of that."
Right.
Which they're probably correct.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
so
I'll say it. I'm actually in favor of this not happening. I
now
think
I'll say this too, though. That does not mean that the federal EPA regulations for 27 aren't going to be a thing. You know,
well,
we're still concerned about the 27 trucks and the new benchmark
let's combine
at the
those two
federal
real
level.
because that's the next one in the list. So let's just bring those two together. So the EPA, let's see, they're saying scrapping the EPA's phase 3 greenhouse rule would require research to justify doing so, which won't happen on day one of the new administration. Uh, but ATA and the truckload, uh, but ATA and the Truckload Carrier Association expect emission deadlines to be delayed to allow the industry, equipment, and infrastructure to reach environmental goals. So maybe we're not looking at 27 deadlines now.
Yeah, but I think it's still a thing though because the engineering has already been done, and they should be starting to put those trucks on the line pretty soon. See what I mean?
Yeah, but I think that the OEMs could pull back on it and be able to do more research
Hmm.
because they still have the whole 26 production year to run. So
Yeah, I
they're
suppose they
yeah,
might not. They might delay their retooling. Is what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because the 26 model coming up is supposed to be that new Cascadia
Hmm.
without the 27 emissions,
Okay.
right? So I think there's a valid discussion with the way that the current our new administration, yeah, it's our current now, right.
Hmm.
Um, duh, yesterday, dummy. Anyhow, with the current administration and the way that Trump's people tend to, bite the EPA a little bit more, drill baby drill. I'm just saying, I think that, but even the OEMs are like, this is a serious burden you're putting on us.
Hmm.
We have barely sorted out some of the issues on the past standards. Before this last batch of standards, they still don't know what the hell to do with the trucks before because those ones are still out there in the junk heaps.
Hmm.
They just gave up on them. They've done better recently with the last set of updates, right? The last rules, because they finally had a little time to just focus on those and the problems that those created.
Well, it took almost a decade for them to figure out how to maintain the system.
Right. You know,
And let's be real, the OEMs gave up on it because if you ask a Freightliner or a Kenworth shop, they'll tell you, yeah, at 350,000 miles, you just need to replace that DPF filter
right.
because
And
they
and
gave
they're,
up on it.
they're quick to do it. And especially if they can get you to pay for it.
Hmm.
I got mine in right at the 300,000 mile mark and warranty covered it.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, that was $3,600 just for the DPF. That wasn't the one box, the whole system. It was just the DPF filter itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ceramic they said was cracked. I still never saw pictures of it, but whatever. I'm not bitter or anything really. Um, good
Well,
Lord.
the thing is, if you would have taken it to alternatives like you were planning, they would have inspected it and told you and
Right?
given you pictures if that was the case.
Right. Well, according to my carrier's shop, BP, he said that oh, they've got pictures of it. I said, great. Can you have someone send it to me? Absolutely. A month later, hey, I still haven't got any pictures. Oh, really? They haven't sent it to you? Hey, maybe I'll get on them again. And look, man, I was happy that I actually got an invoice when I picked my truck up last week from service. First time at our Ocala shop here. Just saying. So little improvements, I guess, baby steps. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so rolling that EPA stuff. Some of this EPA stuff, it looks like people in smart places are thinking that the EPA stuff might be rolled back some, at least postponed. And the California stuff, I mean, they're just saying it's like dead.
Well, for now.
Yeah, because California completely withdrew their waiver request, right? They didn't
Well,
even fight.
here's the crazy thing about California is that their timeline and their benchmarks, they can't even possibly make those benchmarks.
Right.
Because
Oh,
one of the things they want is zero emission trucks on the
right.
road, right?
By
Well, you remember Swift
2030.
asked the municipality there in Arupa Valley, they were going to replace all their day cabs with electric.
Right.
And the municipality came back with, "You're out of your mind. We don't have that much electricity
Right.
for 40 trucks." What? And they
Right.
want everybody to do that in the next 10 years?